Now that all the load cases are set up, let's go ahead and optimize this design. So I'll click on the Optimize button and show you a few of the options we have here. We can first maximize stiffness, and what this will do is it will return or generate a shape that will deflect as little as possible, essentially showing you the exact load paths or where the loads are passing through this design. This optimization is subject to what we call a mass target, and the mass target in this case is 30% of the original volume. When we get to the result, we'll find out whether or not this was a good starting point for this design. It's also possible to add some frequency constraints to your optimization as well. So if you want to maximize the frequencies or target a minimum frequency for your design, you can also do that here. Now, we can also change this over to minimize mass. Now, if you were attempting to find a part that is as light as possible, subject to some stress constraints or something called a displacement constraint, or the ability to limit the displacements of a certain portion of your model, this is the type of optimization you would want to run. Now, I think what we'll do is run a maximize stiffness on this design to find where are those load paths passing through this design space. The last option we have here are thickness constraints, and the thickness constraints will dictate how small the features you'll see in the resulting design. In this case, 16 millimeters will be the smallest thickness, and that's about the thickness of this little member here, this surface here. So now from here, we'll go ahead and just click the Run button, and let's just see what the design comes up with without adding any manufacturing type controls. So now that we've run the initial optimization, let's take a look at the results. So I'll select on the design space and switch over to the Shape Explorer here. And what we're showing here and what you see here are the results that were generated from the optimization. So everything you see in orange right now are parts of the bracket that you'd want to maintain, okay, that you'd want to keep. Anywhere that's transparent, you could remove that from the final design. And now what you see here is it might be a little hard to manufacture because it's hollow. And when we run optimizations, a lot of times you'll find that structures are hollow inside. It might be a little hard to manufacture. So what we'll do is rerun this using some symmetry and some drawing type techniques to make it a little easier to manufacture.